Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bang No Boar Variety channel. Today's video we're going to be doing a similar thing to the last video where I did a nickel box hunt and I filmed the finds as I found it. So we're going to be doing our first Lincoln cent hunt here, the penny box. We're going to be searching for stuff for the albums just like in last video, but this time for pennies. So we're going to be looking for stuff for the H.E. Harris collection books. Hopefully we can find some new additions to the earlier wheat cents and maybe even an Indian head cent or something like that. There's always possibilities of that. Pennies are the easiest to find finds that are worth keeping in than any other coin. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to get into the hunt here. Got the platform book here. This is going to be our 50 roll hunt from the local bank. And we're going to get into the first roll here. So I'll update you with the finds as we move through the box. This is roll 2 here. And we have this, I don't know what kind of error this is. This is a 2023. It's like struck on two dies. Like it's like two dies together. So you see the thickness of a regular cent, and then the thickness of this one. It's like twice as thick. It's like struck weird. I don't know what that would be called. But if any of you know what that is, leave that down in the comments, and I will be keeping that private collection. And we did get a 1977 Denver, which will be replacing the one that I have in the album. But yeah, that's an interesting find here for roll 2. Let's continue the hunt. Roll 3, and we have a 1951 Philadelphia wheat cent. That's going to be the first wheat cent of the box here. And I found in roll 3 also really weird 2001 Denver cent. Something on it. Not going to be keeping that, but we're just going to have that for the oddities of this hunt showcase. So we'll keep that till the end. A couple more to search through here. Other than that, that's it for roll 3. We got a couple more replacements. But that's it for that. Roll 4, and we have our second wheat cent here. It's a 1953 Denver. Roll 8, and I wanted to point out here, not a wheat cent, but we do have an older Canadian cent of George VI, 1949. We've had two other Canadian cents in 2 different rolls. This is a more notable one. That's looking like it for that. Roll 10 here, and we have a really damaged wheat cent. Looks like somebody like brazed on it or something. But I could just barely make out the date. There's a 4 and a 6, so 1946. Can't make out a mint mark, so it's probably a Philadelphia. I can't even see what's on the reverse, but yeah, looks like a 1946 Philadelphia there. Same roll, and we have another wheat cent, a 1945 Philadelphia. Very high mintage for that, built over a billion, slightly over a billion minute of those. Very easy date to acquire. Roll 11, we have a 1955 Philadelphia wheat cent, and does not appear to be the double die, but you can't really see it that good on this camera, so I'm going to check it again. That does not appear to be that. And we've been finding several replacements here, and I did find I must have put it in this stack, but I did find the 2011 D. which I did need for the album. I've been having some trouble finding. It isn't the nicest example, but I've been having a really hard time finding that. So we did get that one. So far, that's all we found to fill a slot in the album. Roll 12, and we have a last year of issue wheat cent, a 1958 Denver. Roll 16 here, and we have the back of a wheat cent. It looks like it has the potential to be an older one. Can't see a VDB or anything down there indicating it would be a 1909, one of those, but it could not be older. Let's see. And we have a, looks like a 1935S. Either a 1935 or a 1925S, which I can't tell. I'll be back in a couple seconds once I look into that a little better. Yeah, so it is the 1935S, which, looking at the albums, is one of the ones that I need. And I think it's the first 30s that I'll have with a mint mark, which is pretty difficult to find. It isn't really a rare date or anything. It's not even a better date, but it is difficult to come by, and it is one that we need for a harder to find dates for album. So this really ramped up. This box has been kind of slow here, but that will add to the fun. That's actually in pretty nice condition as well. So we will add that to the album. Roll 19, and we have another last year of issue 1958 Denver wheat cent. Roll 21, and we have a 1944 Philadelphia wheat cent. Here we are on roll 23. Forgive me for that sweeper running out there, but we have another wheat cent. Looks like a 50s. And it is not. It's a 1942 Philadelphia. Roll 25, halfway through, and we have a 1940 Philadelphia wheat cent. There's a lot of Philadelphias in this box. Roll 27, and we have wheat cent here. Camera isn't focusing. There we go. Looks like a 50s, and it is 1955 Denver. Roll 31, and we have another wheat cent, 1956 Denver. Same roll, we got another wheat cent here. It looks like a 50s something, I can't really make out what it is. Looks like a 1950S. There. Not a very nice example, but that is a 1950S, and it's San Francisco. Roll 32, and we have another 1944 Philadelphia wheat cent. Same roll, and we have 1947 Denver wheat cent. Roll 33, and we have a 1942 Philadelphia. And I found that the 1947 will replace my 1947 Philly in the album, so I have it sitting below the stack, so I know to do that. Roll 35, and we have another wheat scent. This one's a 1956 Denver. Roll 36, and we got a wheat ender there. Looks like it might be older, so let's open it up and see what that's going to be. And it is a 1921 Philadelphia, which I believe is a better date. And in terms of the album, so this is going in our 1909 to 1940, the 1921 we do need. And it is one of the lower mintages, slightly over 39 million compared to some of the other ones. So, and it, so this is one of the harder dates to find. Not a semi-key date, but I think it is a better date based on its mintage and value in the blue book. Same roll as the 1921, and we have a 1951 Denver. Roll 38, and we have a 1939 Philadelphia. So another 30s. This will not be for the album though, but we'll still be taking that. Roll 42, and we have a 1941 Philadelphia. Not the D or the S, which I do need for the albums though. Still roll 42, and I didn't notice this at first when I showed the other one, but there is one peeking out over here. Let's see what it is. A 1957 Denver. Roll 45, and we have a 1946 Philadelphia. As well as a Canadian scent from 1986. Just figured I might as well point that out since we're on that roll. Roll 47, and we got a 1957 Denver ender. Roll 49, and we have a somewhat shiny one here. 1957 Denver. Same roll, and we got a 1956 Denver. And I checked, the 1957 Denver will be replacing the one I have in the album. So we got one more roll left. Let's see what we got. Well, last roll, roll 50. And we have a 1941 Denver wheat scent, which, as you can see by the paper here of stuff I need the 1941 Denver. And just to confirm, we do not have that one. So last roll, and we have a notable find. So we're going to put that there. So I'm going to get rid of these. And then let's go over the finds here. We found the 1921, which we need for the album. Found two from the 30s. We need the 1935 S. We found, I can't tell how many that is, so we got a lot from the 40s. Two that'll replace, and the 1941 Denver, which we need. Got a lot from the 50s, which is usually expected, and the 1957 Denver, which will replace the one I have in the album. We got the 2011 Denver, which I needed for the album. Could have been nicer, but it's a hard date to find for some reason. We got two equally sized stacks of ones that I need to replace from the other albums. We found a sort of, like, I don't even know what to call it, error, where it's minted really thick on a 2023. We found some sort of weird oddity here that you won't be keeping. Found looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Canadian cents, and the 7th is a George VI. I'm going to go through what I have in the stash and see if there's any dates of these that I don't have and get rid of the rest, but I will be keeping the George VI regardless. And that is the finds for the this hunt, our first live hunt. So not a bad box, no Indian head scents or anything, and also no 2010 Denver or any of the 2009 Deep Birth or 2000 Deep Presidency, but those are hard dates to find for some reason. But there's always next time for that. I am very pleased with what we have, so I will be back with you in a couple seconds here with the changes to the albums. So here we have the changes to the 1909 to 1940 album, which I'm really glad we were able to get stuff for because they are harder to find. We obviously have the 1921 we found, which is a better date based on its value and mintage. So we have that there. And obviously the 1935S, which I found, that is harder to find because of a mint mark. It's hard to find mint marks in these 20s and 30s, especially San Francisco. So it is the lowest mintage of the 35 lineup, and it's in pretty good condition. It's worn, but it maintains mint luster. So that is pretty good for that. If you're interested in taking a closer look at any of these other ones, I have a better look at this album and my new additions to the collection video and my coin collection video where I showcase. So if you want to get a closer look than what I'm giving here, you can see that. So this is the 1941 and 1974 album. The ones I have above empty slots are obviously going to be going in that slot, and the ones above an existing one are replacing that. So we obviously found the 1941 Denver, which I was having difficulty finding because, as you can see, the 1941's 887 million minted compared to 128 million for the one we found, and only like 92 million for the 1941S. And I did check this for the DDO, and it was not. So let's get these in. This is the 1975 to 2013 album. So the ones above, like last time, the ones above these are replacing them. And I found the 2011 D, which we needed. This is the 2014 to present album. So I'm replacing a couple in here that have minor improvements. Now I am replacing the reverse because I like to have a reverse example of the coin from the first year of the issue of that design. So the shield reverse was started in 2010. I have a 2023 in here, but I found a nice enough 2010 here to use as the reverse. And then in the other album, I have a 2010 because it uses this reverse in the other album as well when these start. Because it starts in the other album at 2010 and runs to 2013. In this album, which starts the reverse here, and I have a 2010 for here, but I wanted to have one for here too, so that's why I had that there. So that is going to conclude our first live hunt, or not really a live hunt, but a hunt for pennies that I filmed the finds as I found them and not everything after the hunt like I did previously on the channel. So that's going to conclude that. Like I said at the beginning of the video, pennies are the easiest to find good things in, I think, compared to the other coins. The last nickel box hunt that we did is pretty good, but this is pretty good for our first, what I want to call live hunt for pennies on the channel. So not too bad. We got a couple things for the albums that we didn't have, a lot of replacements, and even some things for the 1909 to 1940 album, which is hard to get dates for, so I'm happy about that. No Indian head cents though, which I was really hoping for, but you don't always get that. But I am looking into some boxes for the future, and this is going to be something we're going to keep doing on the channel. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video.